Oh, never mind. There she is. Hello.
Hello. How
Hey.
are you?
You know, actually not doing too terribly.
That's
As
good.
terribly
That's
as terrible as people think I'm doing, I'm not.
yeah. I mean, that's typically the goal for them is to try to make it as horrible as they possibly can. Um. All right. Do you want to say anything before we begin, or do you just want to jump straight into it?
So how does Ruben, I mean Ruby, not Rudy, Ruby, how does she have my fucking credit score? She says
I
my
don't like
credit score
that.
is 300. I know that's not the pressing issue everybody has here, but how
That
does she
is
have my credit
violating.
score? If my credit score is 300, how do I lease vehicles and a home? Like own a home? That's wild.
Wait.
That is
did she
wild to me.
did she share that?
No, she said that my credit score is like 300
Yes,
and
Daddy.
something.
That's weird.
She posted, so my daughter's bio mom has pictures that were court ordered to take down
Mhm.
of my daughter's topless. And one of those got posted, immediately got taken fucking down.
Wait, Rudy
So
posted that?
Rudy posted that. Fuck yeah, she did. Immediately got fucking taken down. No, she posted a photo of my daughter in a swimsuit. She has swimsuit bottoms on, not a top. And it's a photo that the bio mom posts has on her fucking Facebook.
Wait, so they hunted down the biomom of your kids?
That's the only place they can get that photo was the bio mom. Because
Does anybody have proof that
all of the
Ruby
photos that are
posted
court
this?
ordered to take down
Mm-hmm.
is what she put public on her fucking Facebook. Yeah.
So she didn't get it from your Facebook.
Fuck no. The one of
None of
me,
it.
my
What about,
daughters,
yeah, the
she
two kids?
yeah, she got that from my Facebook probably sometime this month earlier.
They've been trying to get you.
They've been trying to get me, yeah.
So yeah, because I didn't see that. If somebody, okay,
No, I seen
so
it and I reported it immediately. Immediately fucking reported it. And I messaged the fucking bitch. I messaged her and
why would
I
she share? I mean, that's actually sharing child.
no, that's CP 100 fucking percent. And to the extent there is a website that you can report that, and it's reported on there. She is reported for sharing CP now.
Yeah, if you can, I mean, of course, I'm like, I want to see that she posted that, but if there's a way to block out, because that's crazy. I didn't see that she,
No,
like, did you
that's fucking,
screenshot?
it's disgusting.
Yeah, no, that's evil. That's disgusting. But this is also coming from somebody who was okay with her 16-year-old daughter coming on her TikTok where she posts sexually and her 16-year-old daughter dancing in a sports bra. So
Exactly.
I mean, I can't be too shocked. Um, yeah, I'm sure. So have you reported the mom for posting that picture as well?
So it's in the court documents.
Court order to take
It's
it
been
down.
reported on Facebook by all of my
Sometimes they
accounts.
won't take it down. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they just will not find a violation.
Yeah, I don't care. Y'all are saying it was posted on Facebook as if that means that it's okay. That's weird. So y'all are okay with
It
sharing
is
that? If
weird.
I, my question that I've already said is, if I shared that of your child, would you be okay with it? Just because somebody is a influencer, creator, whatever, does not mean that you get to just do whatever you want to somebody. Okay. So I just want to clear that up right off the bat.
I also want to clear up, posting my kids and shit. And she messaged me and was like, I'm not scared of you, bitch. I'm not scared of you. Then blocked me. All right, so Texas, right? She comes to Texas often. There is a law called mutual combat. She wants mutual combat. That's fine. I'll mutual combat. But she wants to be on the internet and talk shit. No, I don't do that. I talk shit
Yeah.
about DVs, but you want beef? I got real beef. You want a beef in person? That's fine. I don't do online beef.
So,
It's
not
messy.
understanding, like, y'all can listen. Some people are step parents. I know that's hard for y'all to understand, but some people are step parents, and those are their children too. And if you have orders, it doesn't matter if you're the biological parent. If there are orders from a judge that says you need to remove that, then that's
Then you
what it
need
says, and
to remove it.
that's not okay. I wouldn't be okay with that either. Nobody should be okay with posting that on a child. Like, that's weird. That is weird that Rudy did that. That is weird. She called somebody a PDF, but yet she shared that. That is weird. Like, that's creepy. That is PDF behavior. So,
It's
okay. I didn't even know that aspect. That's
it's not
disgusting.
even like it's something that is so fucking gross. Like, what words do you have for it?
Yeah. So
It's
did she?
disgusting.
It
It's
got
been
removed off of
reported
Instagram?
to the child exploitation website. It's been reported.
Yeah, as you should. That is weird. That is creepy. Allegedly she did that is what they're saying. But I mean, if you want to show the proof of that, I mean, you would just have to block out everything. But that's also like, it's weird to be like, prove it. Show us that picture.
No, that is weird. And y'all can either take my word or not take my word. I'm not showing anything of my kid blocked out. Whether or not she's blocked out, she is topless.
Yeah.
She is about 7 years old in the photo, topless.
Yeah, that's weird. That's creepy. People are weird.
Nobody is gaslighting anybody. What the fuck are you talking about?
So regardless, I know that she posted pictures of your kids, and even if, like, y'all can say whatever you want, even if it was that, even if it wasn't, she posted pictures of the kids. Even I saw that, and that's not acceptable. So that's creepy. That's creepy. Like, I don't go out and go, you know what? You know how I want to hurt them? I'm going to get pictures of their kids and share it.
That's fucking
weird.
Disgusting.
That's
so what it is. It's disgusting.
Yeah. That's that, but claiming in the same sentence that she cares so much and wants to protect children, and that you are this evil person, but she shared, like, if it's about your charges, reasonable, let's ask questions about it. But that's not, you don't just go and try to hurt somebody's kids in the process. That's weird. So let's just jump right in. The main thing that we'll just start from the beginning. So I have everything here. How many kids do you have?
3.
So how many are biological and how many are step?
1 is biological and 2 are step.
Okay. Do you have a child that has been in the foster care system?
When he was 2 months old, yes. For about... Okay. I honestly couldn't tell you how long, a month maybe. And that was due to me freaking out about CPS even being involved when it was due to a car accident that happened. And I freaked out. And then my brother's wife at the time text-mailed me and was like, you don't worry, I'll take custody. And this is a bitch that I've had beef with since I met her. And I pulled up to her door and immediately went to jail, and they're like, you have anger issues.
Okay. So it was your sister-in-law? Explain.
Yeah, sister-in-law. Not sister-in-law anymore.
Okay. So it was your brother's ex. And so is that who, when they say foster care, was that who your kids were with?
Nope.
Or your son?
Nope. So my son went with this lady. I'm not going to name her because we are still in contact. Sorry, there's a fly attacking me. We are still in contact till this day. She was just a foster parent, and she reached out to me on Facebook and was like, this isn't right what you are going, because I got into a car accident while I was pregnant and my son got injured. I got injured, and she was like, it's not right. And this lady, actually, I did not spend one day away from my child. She invited me to her home the entire time. The entire time it was on this is why I'm not giving her info. It was on the DL. I spent no time away from my son. No time.
Okay. So what was the actual reasoning that they, because obviously you've probably seen it. It specifically says that y'all had to, both of you and the father had to pay, and I'm not going to put his name out there. Had to pay child support to the
Yeah, you
foster
have
care
to. You
system?
have to pay for whatever the person, what are they called? The fosters? I don't know.
Like
Whatever. Yeah, you have to pay for their, obviously, what they're doing. You pay child support, just like you do if you have your child and one parent has more time. So, yeah.
foster parents.
Yeah, foster parents, sorry.
So, so I was just agreeing with what someone said in the chat. So, both of y'all weren't allowed to have him at that time? Your son?
So, my son's father actually got custody of him. I don't know how long into it. It wasn't, I cannot recall how long it was, but he ended up getting custody prior to me getting custody because I went crazy. I went absolutely nuts.
How old was your son?
About 2 months, 3 months.
Do you feel
And
like
his
you had
injuries were, I don't know how to call it, but they were healing injuries of fractured arms and a fractured, not tailbone,
pelvic? Pelvis?
close.
Femur?
Femur.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a pretty common one in kids. So did they think the injuries were from the car wreck, or did they think the injuries were from you? Like, what was their reasoning?
It was not, they did not think that it was from me. They did not think that it was from the car accident. They did not know how a child at his age had recovering injuries.
Okay.
But it was ruled it had to have been the fucking car accident is what it ultimately came out to.
And I understand that this is difficult. It's not easy to talk about. I get that. So I do appreciate you coming on and talking about it. And these are hard questions and they suck. And I mean, I've had anxiety all day about doing this because I do have sympathy for everyone, and I know that people have the capability of change and whatnot, and it is hard to take accountability in situations like this. So it's appreciated that you are coming on and answering questions.
Kim Dodson, you can go ahead and shut the front door. Every fucking situation is different. Your sister had a car accident and didn't lose custody of her kids. Let me go ahead and applaud her for that. Because what I went through was fucking traumatic. For me, my son was born 2 months prematurely. He was small enough to fit in the palm of your fucking hand. So you can go ahead and mute that bitch. Fuck her.
So did you...
No, I wasn't under the influence. I was sitting at a stoplight, you guys. Sitting at a stoplight. A lady came going 50 to 60 miles per hour and hit me while I was at a stoplight.
Yeah, I mean, that is noted. I mean, there was no charge of like reckless driving or anything like that. So I think like on my channel, I have sub-only chat turned on. It's up to you how you want to do it on yours.
Oh yeah, we'll do that too. How do I do that?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, wait.
I did it on the computer. Maybe in your settings.
I
I'll
got
let you
it.
figure that out real quick.
There we go.
So your son was about 2 months old after and you got in a wreck. Were you and the child's father not together at this point?
Yeah, we were together.
You were together.
Yeah.
So baby goes to foster care in this time period. Why was he not able to see the baby?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay.
It was just both of us got dragged
Was
into
there-
it. It was, and it
Was there a
probably
safety
had to
plan
do
or
with the
any-
baby being 2 months old with recovering injuries, is what I would
So
think.
were his injuries discovered when you went to the hospital?
No,
or the
his
wreck?
injuries were discovered because one day he just started crying and took him to the hospital.
And you believe that the injuries were from the wreck, is what you're saying. So it was like when the injuries got discovered, you had, like, it wasn't like you got in a wreck and the baby went to foster care that day. It was like you got in a wreck, y'all went home, I'm assuming, afterwards.
So
Or
I
went to
was
the
in
hospital?
the hospital due to the wreck. The baby was released from the hospital early because all he had was jaundice at the time. He wasn't showing any. Obviously, you don't fucking scan babies when they're just born. Not that I'm aware of, but he did not show any signs other than jaundice. And so he got released but stayed at the hospital with me. I was in the hospital for a couple of months.
Okay. And then, so you were in the hospital. So when did he get taken from you?
Whenever
Like,
the date
was it-
stayed, I cannot remember the date.
Well, like, I'm saying, like, more like time frame of, like, so when you got out of the hospital, was that when he
Oh,
got
no,
taken
no,
away
no.
from you?
So it was whenever he went to the hospital and his injuries, he got a full body scan. I went absolutely ballistic. Ballistic, absolutely went pulled up. I got obviously put in jail for that, got charged with assault, and I was deemed unfit for anger.
So that's why they took it had nothing to do with anything else. It was because of the,
But
getting the
CPS
assault
was
charge?
involved like whenever the injuries came out, like that day. But I went
Okay.
crazy.
And so that is, like, I will say, I'll give that. So if a child comes to the hospital, doctor's office, anything, we're mandated reporters. Unexplained, that's an unexplained injury. You know what I mean? So in
No,
that
yeah,
sense,
for
especially
sure.
femur bone, arms being broken, like, because that can be from smooth, you know, like that. Those are
No, for
common
sure.
from smooth. So it would be normal to, if y'all are confused, you can put your question, because y'all are subs, you can put your question, and if I can voice it for you, I will. But so they reported it, and then CPS was involved from that point. Then that's when you had said she texted you, the sister-in-law, the ex-sister-in-law
Oh, my
texted you.
harassment charges? I don't know.
Well,
I have
I guess
a
we're trying to
few.
organize what. So when you got charged with, hold on, like specifically this one with the, I'm trying to look at the date. So this was 2011. The other happened in 2011. So these must have been around the same time, because this was August 2011. This one was, so it looks like you had telephone used to annoy, harass, intimidate. And then you had a June 2011, the misdemeanor assault. So is that the one, I'm assuming all those were 2011, that all pertains to the same sequence of events? Car wreck?
It's all
Baby gets-
from, yep, it's all from the same shit. And I should probably have 2 more assaults in there, but they got dropped because she would not stop fucking running her mouth, and I cannot contain. When somebody's talking about my kids, I'm pulling the fuck up on you. Like, that's what's happening.
What type of things was she saying?
That she's taking custody of my kids, and at the time my brother was deployed to Iraq, and she would message me I hope that he doesn't come home. If he does come home, it's in a box. So it was just a bunch of shit, and I just crashed out. I crashed out.
Do you think that were you struggling after you had your baby at all, like mentally, like postpartum?
No.
You don't
No,
feel like
I
you were?
have. So a lot of people like to say, and I say a lot of people as one person, likes to say that you cannot be diagnosed with both types of bipolar. I am diagnosed by 2 psychiatrists with both types of bipolar for I don't know how long in my life. It's mania, I don't know. I'm crazy. And that's fine with me. I'm crazy.
So when it comes to, I mean, okay, so I'm sure the main question is why do you think that you can talk about Bree and her custody situation when you had this happen? I think that's what most people are trying to understand is basically throwing stones from a glass house.
Yeah,
so
no,
do you want to
for
explain?
Sure. Yeah, so you guys, I'm not a piece of shit. I am a full custody mother. I do not go out and party. I don't go out and do shit. I got my first break from being a mom, and still was it the other day, and it was for a couple of days. I don't do anything. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even care to explain it. Bree's a piece of shit.
So after foster care, did you got your son back?
Yep.
And you got full custody of him?
Yep.
Okay. So, and since then, have you ever lost custody of your son?
Nope.
Has there been any major allegations against you? Anything like that?
I've never, since then, never one time has CPS came to my doorstep. Have they contacted me? Has anything happened with me as a mother? Not once.
Do you feel like in that time, did it make you rethink your actions? You know what I mean? Like your kid got taken away in that moment. Like, did it make you say, okay, I have to do shit differently?
By what?
Like,
by not pulling up,
you know, to not lose, yeah, like not pulling up, not losing, you know, being frankly like an adult in this situation, because you are fairly young in this. So, you know, do you feel
outside
like
of once that custody, like the CPS shit closed, I went full crash out.
Okay. So is that
I crashed out on people? Well, on the sister-in-law. Fuck yeah, I did.
So is that because I mean, okay, so that was the first thing. And then let's see, because those were all June 2011. So let's jump forward to 2013, misdemeanor possession of controlled substance. So do you want to, it says initially pled not guilty and then changed to guilty plea. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, I never went into that to plead not guilty. It was an attorney was like, no, you need to plead not guilty so it's not such a bad charge. It was one pill, and I'm not going to say who had it and what the relation to me is, but it was sitting in the floorboard of the passenger seat where I was sitting, and I just took it. I have one kidney. I can't be a rug addict, you guys. I'm a one kidney person over here. Cannot.
So that one, and then we have the DV protective order. What happened with this? Or that says respondent. So did someone, it says dismissal without trial.
Yeah, so that was my ex-husband. He was at work, and I went to go pack while he was gone. And he showed up as I was packing, and he locked the fucking door of the bedroom that I was in. And he got charged with, I don't know what it's called, but hang on, give me a minute, okay?
No, you're fine.
hang on.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
Won't let me pause. I'll be right back.
Not defending Bree, but Bree did. No, I agree. Bree didn't have those charges. Also, make sure y'all follow me on this account. For instances like this, if there's those of you that are subbed, which you don't have to sub here. That's not the goal. I just wanted to be a jerk because of what Rudy and them did. If you want to comment and you have, I would assume the only people that would sub are people that actually support me, which are the only people I would want to sub to me anyways. Please feel free to comment your questions if there's anything else you need me to ask or want me to ask. Yeah, it's difficult to relive these things. This is not easy. This is not, I mean, I gave the same grace to Rudy when I discussed her son named Alan. Hello.
Hey, Kaylie. Sorry.
Hi there.
I'm sorry. That's really, so people are bringing up her ex-husband before me. I am her husband.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well. So people are bringing up her ex-husband right now. So what people are asking about on a particular charge that she received is from her being locked in a room by him.
That's what it looked like, is that...
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to turn you up because I'm deaf from 15
No, you're
years
fine. Me too, buddy. Turn me up.
military service, super deaf, hard of hearing. So the charge that people are bringing up, that's, what is it? It's malicious damage or something like that. He had locked her in a room where her son wasn't in the room with her. He had locked her in there, and she basically had to kick that door down to get out of the room so she could get to her child. And then when the cops came, there was damage to the door, so they charged her with malicious damage. This same ex-husband is the reason why she is epileptic. When she had her surgery to remove her AVM, which she's talked about on her HomeBodyHideout page before, when she had the surgery to remove the AVM, DV was involved, which reopened the incision that she has on the side of her head, which caused scar tissue to accumulate, which put pressure on her brain, which caused her epilepsy. So she does not like to talk about that.
It's difficult, and I specifically told her to take breaks if she needs to take breaks, because this is not easy.
And because stress like that is a trigger for epilepsy. She, had to come down and talk to me for a second. I was like, you know what, I can put that out there for you because, I know what you went through because I was there for you and everything. And we've had those discussions before. I know that she doesn't like to talk about that particular person because it was a very difficult time of her life. And, nobody likes to talk about,
well, it's triggering.
Had to go through.
Okay.
I'm sure she's
All
probably
right, she's got it from here. I'm out of here, guys.
It was nice
Lovely
to meet
meeting
you.
Okay, sorry. I had to go cry for a second. So we got some of that wrong.
I love you.
I was held in a room as I was packing my son's stuff. I was held, he locked the door and I did have to kick the door down. I don't know if I was charged with malicious. I think that's, I don't know.
I just see, it just says DV protective order, so they probably just assumed you were the aggressor.
No. It was on him. He had the,
okay.
It was a protection order from me, for me, or for both of us or something. I don't know. But no, so I got out of the room. He had my keys and everything, and he smacked me in the face, and I grabbed the first thing that I could grab at the time. And to my right was a knife. I grabbed the knife, and as he was running, I threw it at him. Did it get him? No. But after I got my keys from him, I grabbed my keys from him, snatched them from him, and he pulled out his phone and he's like, oh, I'm recording you being crazy. And I was like, all right, well, I'll record this. And I tackled him. But no, I didn't get charged with DV. If anything, it was for the malicious injury. But yeah, I'm a crash out, all right?
Hey, same. It happens. Listen, it's called reactive abuse. So just to be clear, that is a thing. I'm sorry that you're having to relive this. And I'm sorry that I know it's difficult. It sucks. I wouldn't want to have to relive my DV situation. So I do understand how difficult that is. All right. So none of that even matters at this point. You weren't charged with DV. So let's just, okay, cool. Whoa, y'all found some old charges on that. Let's talk about the only other thing that is really pertinent that they want to harp on. The lewd conduct with child under 16. So that was a felony charge that was dropped to a misdemeanor.
Yep.
So do you want to explain this situation?
So I'll explain it as much as I can without outing a name or anything. I got drunk one time and I went to my friend's house and she gave me Klonopin to go to sleep and it completely knocked me out. I woke up to my friend screaming at her son, and during that time her son was pulling his pants up. From that, I don't know what happened before that. I don't know. All I remember is going to her house, and she put me in a separate house, like a mother-in-law house. Put me there, and I was the only one in that whole fucking building. Because I'm a snooper, you put me in your house, I'm gonna see what the fuck you're up to, because I want to know what you got going on. So I know for sure I was the only one in that house, and she came while I was in the house. I could not sleep, I was just being drunk, and she gave me her Klonopin. I woke up to him pulling and it's not a traumatic story for me because I was knocked out. I don't remember much. Yes, I know. Other than what color his underwear was and that he had a belt on, no shirt, and his mother was screaming at him. And then his mother ended up reaching out to my mom because it was being turned as if he raped me, which yes, that essentially sure what it is, but his mother reached out to my family and was like, oh, I'll tell the truth if you give me this amount of money. And I said, absolutely not. I'll take the charge. I can take the charge. I'm an adult. He's a child, his frontal lobe. And no, I'm not saying grape is okay, you guys. I'm not saying that, but all I could think was he's a child. He's not, his brain isn't fucking fully developed. So I gladly took that charge.
So how old were you when this happened? In 2000, I think it said you were 22. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
How old was this kid?
At the time, I have no idea, honestly. I couldn't tell you what his exact age is or was.
Okay. It says under 16, so I would assume the person was under 16. So you said Klonopin. Mm-hmm. What did you take? Why did you take that?
She gave it to me. I was all
just
fucked
because?
up. Yeah.
So did you regularly do pills at that time?
Nope.
Okay, so it was just like kind of a one-time thing and she had it?
Like, I dabbled in rugs when I was younger. I was a curious bitch, and I dabbled in rugs, obviously, but pills, never. I never dabbled in pills other than, like, that triple C stuff. That was
And to be
about.
clear, this was over a decade ago, y'all. I just want to be clear on that part of this. And it's also not easy to talk about the things we've done wrong. I do understand that. So you took a, did you, I mean, so you just took it because you just knew Klonopin was a funsie type thing.
No, I
You know what I
didn't
mean?
even
It's
know
for
what it
anxiety.
was. I didn't even know what it
Okay.
was until her niece told me what she gave me.
Okay. So it wasn't
So
your
just to
friend
be
that gave it to
clear,
you, it
you
was your
guys,
niece.
I am friends with that whole family till this day. Actually, that person's cousin was just at my house not too long ago for a month, and he is a child. If y'all want to call me a PDF, why do people try, like, I don't know, why would that person's family send their kids to my house? That's just something I need to get cleared the fuck up.
So
Everybody knows what it was, but me personally, I've never came out and said what it was until I actually said what it was tonight. But no,
Yeah.
I took
How
a
did the
charge
police
and
get
I'm fine
involved with
taking it.
this?
The cousin called and told him that I was passed out.
So before, so I'm confused. So how, like, that night they called?
And to be honest, I think that it was a cousin who called. I am about 99% sure it was a cousin. It might have been the mom. But the cousin told me the next day that she called the police and told them what had
Like,
happened.
called and told them that y'all had, that whatever, that he was
No,
caught
she
with
called and
pants.
told them that her cousin raped me.
Okay. And then, so how did it turn to it being your fault? Like that
Me,
you,
it was.
so you
it
told the
was-
police that?
There was no. I straight up told the police that, yes, because it was him being looked at for grape, or me being looked at for whatever. I didn't even know at the time what it would be looked at. I didn't care because it was this child's life, the future of this child's life, so I did not care what it was going to be looked at.
So I'm trying to gather thoughts because this is a lot, and it's a lot for you too.
This shit,
I guess
I'm fine talking about. It's the whole my ex-husband shit.
yeah.
That shit I cannot talk about because I went through so much with him, and it's very, very an emotional topic with him.
So how long? I mean, so okay, so this was your friend's son.
Done.
What does the mother think in this situation?
So the mother reached out to me in 2018 asking me to do a favor for her, and then apologized to me for everything that I went through, which I didn't even go through much, you guys. I didn't, like, it wasn't, the town was like, oh my gosh, this is a PDF. No, because I'm a good person and people see that I'm a good person and know me, obviously as a bitch, but as a good person. So I didn't go through much on that, but the mom wanted to apologize to me as if I did and wanted a favor from me. Hang on.
So why? Yeah, this was after CPS was involved when her. How old is your son now?
Hi, he's gonna be 15 in November.
Okay, so that was when her son was 2 months old. So what? So obviously we know that consent is consent, and that even
No, I
age
had
of
no
consent.
in it.
Yeah, so you were. So why take a charge like that, knowing that it's a felony charge? Why would you be willing to take that charge?
because it was me or him. Him as a child, him with a future, me. I knew no matter what came out of it, I was good. I had my family. I had my child. And during the time, you guys, I was going through a custody trial with his father at the time of all of this as well. And if I was a PDF, I don't think I would have been given custody.
Are you not scared that taking this charge, though, would change your custody?
No, because I knew my son's father. I knew he wasn't going to do anything that would harm my relationship with my son.
So,
and to be clear, it's actually my son's father's cousin or something like that who we're talking about.
okay. So, I'm trying to be gentle because, I mean, this is rough. This is, I mean, it's just hard for me because I definitely wouldn't take a charge for somebody if that happened. I understand that grape and all that is a difficult situation. I'm just trying to understand why you'd be willing to take a charge, especially going through a custody case and all of that. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to understand why they called the police in the first place.
People like today like to assume that I am a PDF, but I am a very large advocate for children. I wasn't about to it be my fault that a child's life is hanging on the line.
Okay.
Till this day, with the life I live right now, everything, if that whole instance happened, I would still fucking take the charge. If it is a fucking child and their frontal lobe is not developed and I am not a child that it's happening to, I would take the charge.
But what if it led to him doing it to somebody else? You know what I mean? Like that.
Well, and I've thought about that. I have. But
I mean, I guess that's my concern here is like, what if he, I mean, you can be in your teenagers have murdered and everything else. So what if it led to him doing it to somebody else? Like, I'm just trying to,
it would weigh on my mind. Obviously, if he did go out and do it to somebody else, I would feel guilty. But at the time it wasn't, and even right now, I don't know, if it's happening to me, if it happened to me, I'll take the charge if it's a child.
So,
I have no excuse as to, if it happens to somebody else, their frontal lobe isn't fully developed.
So the cousin, so mom didn't call the cops, son didn't call the cops, some random person that was at the house called the cops, a cousin, you said?
No, so I actually ended up at her house. I woke up at her house and she said she called the police, but I'm not sure who called the police first or if anyone else did, but I do know that she called the police.
And they called the police specifically because the fortification happened?
No, hers was because I was passed out and apparently I was crying to her. And she called the police and told them my friend's been raped by my nephew or cousin, whatever they are to each other. But I can tell you if the mom called or what.
Yeah, someone said, do you feel like you were violated by him or you just see it as he made a mistake?
I see it as he made a mistake. I was knocked out. I don't remember can remember is the color of his underwear. His belt was brown. He had a silver thing on his belt. That I don't remember anything physically happening to me.
So I guess for me, it's like I have to look at it into like it's one or the other. Someone did a predatory thing in this situation, and I'm not like this sucks that we're in this situation right now because this is hard for me too. And like for me, it's like either an adult slept with a kid or a teenager took advantage of someone and sought them out, and there was no previous flirtation, no nothing. Like, why did he, like, to me, that's a predator in that sense. If he is waiting for you to be knocked out, go to bed, come to a different house, you said it was not a part of the house, and he waited till you were completely out of it to do it. So you see what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm coming from in this is like, even though you took a charge for him, is he a, like, were we just, like, that doesn't seem like a mistake, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
To this day, I would be fine with people saying, oh, you're a PDF, because all that is words. I'm not going to call him a predator. I'm not going to call him an assaulter or any, because I'm not going to put a label on him as he was a child. And
was he intoxicated?
I don't think that he did anything like that. I don't think that he drank or anything.
Because I guess that's the other question is like, why would he have it justified in his head that he could go and do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's where I'm at with it is if that, yeah, being a child does not excuse the behavior. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying is.
Yeah, and to y'all, that's like, and I understand that it's not excusable, but it's just, it's a child, it's a kid. That's
so. Initially, what did you tell the police?
I couldn't tell you because I cannot remember.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, I went to the police and did a mouth swab with them.
Just a mouth swab? They didn't do any other type of kit?
No, because I told them I was not. So when I spoke to the police, you guys, I didn't speak to them that day that I can remember, and I think I spoke to them the next night or the next day, and they're like, oh, come in. And I said, okay. So I went in, and that's when they did a mouth swab to me, and I just did not say he raped me because I wasn't going.
Why did they do the mouth swab, though? I'm confused what they would need that for.
I don't know, but they did. They mouth swabbed my whole mouth.
Were they getting your DNA? I think that's the only thing. I don't know, because I don't do forensic of that. So I don't know. That would be the only thing I would think that they were getting DNA or whatever. But so did he have a kit or anything done? Did they get his DNA?
He did. I have no clue. So what I remember is telling them he did not assault me, he did not rape me, and it was either, okay, well, this happened, so who is to blame? And I said, me. Blame me. Obviously not in those words, but essentially it was blame me. But no, I have no felonies. It got
dropped to a misdemeanor. I've seen that. Why did they? So you took a plea deal, I would assume.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Usually that's what it is. Reduced to misdemeanor battery. You had probation for 6 months.
Oh, you know what? I actually remember probation because I had to do community service, and I did it at a I don't know what they're called, but it's where they store a bunch of food for the homeless.
Mm-hmm. Like a food pantry or
food pantry. Yeah, that was pretty legit. I enjoyed that.
So the are you sure that they didn't call? I gotta be honest. It seems like they took DNA from you, like he was the victim. Was that ever the point of the investigation?
No,
Like from the start?
when he became the victim was when I said, no, he didn't grape me. No, he didn't assault me.
So
That's when he
did you say it
became.
was consensual?
No, I didn't say anything. I just said, no, he didn't grape me. No, he didn't assault me. No, he didn't do anything to me.
So what specifically was this charge for then? Because I mean it says, I mean, let me specifically, because I looked up the a lewd act is considered something specific. Like, I don't know, one of my mods gave me that. I don't know where it's at. But like, what did they say the charge was specifically for? Like, I understand what the charge is, but why were they specifically charging you with that?
No clue. No clue. Probably what I would assume, and it's just an assumption. I don't know what they're like. I don't know why they were charging me with what they were charging me with or anything like that. I can't tell you. That was fucking over a decade ago. But I don't know. I just remember telling him that he didn't do this. He didn't do that. I don't.
So, oh, I echoed.
I might have no idea what he said happened. I cannot tell you that either.
I would assume that he was questioned too. I mean, what did he say? So the charge. Okay, hold on, because I have it now. The charge was specifically lewd conduct with a child under 16, and then that is described as any person who shall commit any lewd or lascivious acts or acts upon or with the body or any part or member thereof of a minor child under the age of 16. So is it, what was the relationship between you and this kid? Like how did y'all know each other? How close were you?
So I knew him from his mother. I don't know. He'd be around his mom.
Is it? So there was no, like, y'all weren't friends, y'all weren't friendly, you didn't text with this person, anything like that?
We were not friends, no. I was friends with almost everybody in his family, but no, not the kids.
How long had you been around his mom? Like, how long had y'all been friends?
2014, my son, I knew her prior to my son being born, so 4 or 5 years.
Okay. And I know this is difficult to listen to, but I'm going to read this out for the people questioning because it is kind of like a, what exactly does it mean? Lewd conduct with a child under 16, any person who shall commit any lewd or lascivious acts or acts upon or with, I read that part, under 16 years old, including but not limited to parts to parts contact, oral to parts contact, all of that. So it's like specifically having physical contact with each other. So it just makes it seem like either y'all both agreed, you and the child, I'm sorry, this is difficult. You and the boy agreed that it was consensual, and that is why did he get any charges?
No, because I never said anything. I said it was all me. I said it was all me because I was completely knocked out. And I'm assuming how they came up with that is you get DNA from both sides. And if you have, I don't know how it fucking works. Again, it's
But
just,
that's what I'm curious on, if he had a kit done to him.
I think he probably did. I would assume so.
Not just a DNA, but like an actual, like if they
Like,
swabbed you for DNA, they swabbed him in other areas to see, because a child can't consent technically.
Yep.
So, I mean, not even technically, they can't. So, yeah, I'm reading the comments. I have sub only on, so it's just like actual people asking things. I don't know how to phrase it in TikTok terms. I know it's difficult. Do you still have contact with this family besides the mom texting you a couple years ago?
yep. So, his cousin, who is 15, actually was just at my house for about a month. Flew from Washington to where I live and stayed for about a month.
So this is
Never been anyone other than TikTok has thought, oh, she raped this child, she did this to this child. No, because it was never that, and it's very obvious, knowing me, it would never be that. So yeah, his cousin actually just came and stayed here, spent time with my son for about a month.
So you didn't have to register on the
Nope.
registry or anything?
No, I never got arrested, nothing.
Do you understand how this looks? That this looks really, really bad.
And that's fine, and I'm fine with it looking bad in any form other than that child. Wait, hang on one second. It's making me do a freaking
The puzzle piece.
thing out.
Yeah.
No, and that's fine if it looks bad, because I know the truth and who I am and what I'm not. But I'm never going to come out and say I was raped by this particular person of him. I never even, I was telling my husband that I just want people to believe what they want to believe, that I didn't even want to come say my piece. Just let them believe whatever they want to believe, because in the end, I still have my life. I don't care about TikTok, y'all. Like, I love the support. I got an immense amount of support today. Amazing people.
So do you feel like reasonably so, it makes people question your legitimacy when it comes to, it's just the multitude of things and not coming out about it beforehand, I guess, is more what people are going to approach on, is that, calling out people like Bree, and like in Rudy's case, Rudy is going to harp on this because of what happened with Alan. And so she's going to try to use this as a way to delegitimize Alan, I guess, is the concern that I have about it, because it looks like, you were Team Allen, and
No, I'm still Team Allen.
Yeah.
Team Allen.
But you didn't hold the mother accountable in that situation, I don't think. I think you didn't find a ton, and I'm not trying to call you out on this. I'm just stating that you understood why the mother of the daughter that he ran away with felt the need to get him out of the situation. So Rudy is going to try to use that to her advantage to say, oh, well, you just feel that way because groomers support groomers or whatever.
Rudy's word is just that. It's just words. It's just like a fucking fart, dude, a poof in the air. It's her words. Who gives a fuck about her words? I don't.
Yeah.
I do not.
Did you tell the police that you had been rugged or that you had taken anything?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm I'm trying to think about like, and he wasn't on anything.
I don't know. I can't speak for
You know,
him, but he never appeared to be ever intoxicated when I would be with her. He'd just be a
okay,
kid.
so it wasn't like, I guess I'm wondering if it was adults hanging out with their teenage kid and we're like, okay, you're home with us so you can drink with us, I guess is what I'm asking. Like, were people contributing to the delinquency of a minor?
No, so my friend didn't even drink. I went to her house drunk.
Did they do a toxicology report?
Yes.
They took your blood and everything? Did they determine anything from that?
Yes, they determined that I was under the influence of a benzodiazepine. But
So,
alcohol
did they
didn't
do
come up in my system because it was a day after the next day, the next night.
so y'all were caught? It was caught in the act, the end of the act. Who caught y'all? Or caught
I don't know
it?
if it was during, in the end, it was his mother. I woke up to her screaming at him.
Okay, and she wasn't screaming at
I
you,
don't
she
know
was just
what
screaming at
all
him.
happened prior to her. And
Did they do a toxicology report on him either?
I have no idea.
No idea. So you didn't speak to the police until like a day or so after. It wasn't the night that it happened.
Yes.
Okay. So do you feel like maybe he was bragging to people about it?
You know, I've thought about that before and how it would make me feel, and it fucked me up for a while, but I don't know if he's bragged or not. But if he has, if somebody came to me and was like, oh, he's bragging about that, I know. Probably
Do you
would
feel
just crash out.
so? I get they said, did you have clothes on when you woke up?
I can't remember.
So do you have regrets?
Nope. No. I
Do you
don't.
feel like you need to take accountability in this situation for this? I mean, it looks really
Okay,
bad.
I'll take accountability for being fucked up on Klonopin, but what happened to me, I will forever side with the story of the charge. Like, oh, you have battery. Yes, I do have battery, and I'll have, if it went back in time, I would still take the fucking charge.
Did
I don't
they
know
lessen
what.
your charge out of because you didn't do it, or did they lessen your charge because you took a plea deal? Is
I have
my
no
question, I
idea,
guess.
honestly. No clue.
So, do you understand that just because this is really hard for me because I care, I
No,
care
you
about
said
you
it.
as a person, and this is difficult for me because I feel like I have lost people that I thought were my friends on this app, and so it sucks. Do you understand that just because you're friends with the family and all of that, that doesn't make it okay? That doesn't, I mean, he still was a minor, and like it just, obviously you know your truth and we can't decide your truth for you. We weren't there. We don't have the police report. But if they only took DNA from you, it seems like they were immediately concerned that he had been who was assaulted. They were immediately concerned of what you had done with him because a child can't consent. This is difficult. It's hard. And like, I understand that not everything is always what it seems, but I just
So because I say that I don't know if they took his DNA, I don't know if they took his DNA. How am I like? I don't know if they
Agreed.
took
They
his
might
DNA.
have, but they didn't do a kit on you. I guess is where it's like they took your DNA, but they didn't do a grape kit on you to see. But I don't know if you immediately went in and said you did it. Like, so are you
That's
when you took
from the
this chart?
beginning. What from hearing that I was knocked out and what happened to me and a child doing it from the beginning, immediately it was no me. It was me. It was me. I did it. It was me. Whatever charges, it was me. From the full fucking beginning. It was not, oh no, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. No, I went in because I knew what could happen to him and his life. Immediately went in say no, it's me.
I mean, it would like
Because
because I
his
don't know
cousin
what this.
was against him in it. His cousin was the one who was speaking out, saying no, she was knocked out, she was passed out, and she was raped.
So if hold on, sorry, I'm trying to read what they're so in Idaho, like he wouldn't have, I mean, even if he had been charged, he would have been a minor, so his charge would have been very different. So I guess that's where I'm like, it wouldn't have completely ruined his life per se, because he would have been a minor and it would have been sealed unless they charged him as an adult. So I guess it's, do you still talk to the kids?
Like assaulting somebody while they're sleeping, that's a serious fucking charge. That is serious as fuck. No matter what age you are, that is a serious charge.
Yeah,
He
it is.
would
I mean,
have
it's
to write
either way. Yeah.
And I want you to know you're fine asking your questions. I'm not fucking holding anything against you for your questions.
I know I'm not trying to hold back or anything like that. It's just difficult because, like I said, like I feel like we're friends, and so it's like hard for me to have to do this. But I also feel like with my platform, I do, and what I've done in the past that this is So so y'all did you regularly hang out with these people?
With his mom, probably a few times a week.
How often did you see him? I mean, like, so that I guess my question is like, usually in a situation like this, there would be hints that he was attracted to you, or, like, is this a situation where maybe y'all both got drunk and it went too far and maybe you made a mistake? Understandably, that it's still wrong, but was it a mistake?
No, I literally was drunk myself, took Klonopin, passed out in an empty fucking mother-in-law's home, and woke up to two additional people in there, him and his mother. I don't know how that would be a mistake on my end other than asking the mother, my friend, for somewhere to stay. But no, it was never anything he found me attractive or he would come on to me or vice versa. Nothing like that ever happened.
I guess what I'm asking is, at this point in time, you did not have any relationship with this child before this. There was no flirting. There was none of this. This happened in that night. I guess, and I'm saying, like, this is your opportunity because these people will dig.
That's the thing that's like one of the biggest things is this kid never came off as anything like that he's out there stealing from stores or he's out there doing this, vandalizing homes. He's out there being this terrible kid. And that's basically where I lie is he just had a slip up.
Would you say he was a good kid? Was he a good kid, or did he do other things?
No, he was a good kid. He was a good kid. I don't know how he's been since then, but I'm assuming he's living a life.
I mean, did any of those people, like the mother, none of them called you a rapist? None of them were calling you out for this? I mean, everybody just agreed that you just took this charge and everything was
No, nobody knew
hunky-dory?
that I just took a charge. It never came out that I just took a charge until I don't know how. It came out at one point because somebody said something to me on Facebook, and I just said something about taking a charge, and they were like, "Okay, well, you can't just do that." And I said, "Okay, well, I can," and I did. And that was the only thing I've ever heard from this, ever. Ever.
So, did you, I guess, like, look, I'm going to say this. The internet's going to dig. This is what they do, and they will hunt it down to the very end. And if there is any other truth to this, now would be the time to take accountability. If there is, I'm not saying that there is. I'm saying that if there is, now's the time to take accountability and say, I fucked up. I was stupid. I was 22 and I made a mistake, and whatever it may be. I don't know. I don't know what to say in this to take accountability. What I'm saying is, like, don't lie on the hill. Don't die on the hill. Whatever the saying is, like, if it was something else than what you're saying, now's the time, because it just, unfortunately, not all the pieces add up. And that's hard for me to say to you because I care about you as a person, and as a creator, because I do think you're a good creator, and so it is difficult. But
What parts don't add up?
it's the DNA, the getting your DNA, not doing a grape kit on you, the not
So when
knowing
you
whether
get a
he had.
grave kit done, it's not done at a police station. That is done at a hospital.
At the
I
hospital.
went to
Yeah.
the police station and they did a mouth swab. I did not go to the hospital and get 14 hairs or 10 hairs from here, 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 and whatever. No, it's just a mouth swab. I went to the police station.
So
I
and
never
they
went to
didn't.
the hospital and claimed I got raped. I need a grape test done.
So did you admit to the police that y'all had sex?
No, I didn't, because I don't know what the fuck happened that night.
So did they say why I mean, so what did the police tell you when you came in, why the police were called? What were their questions to you?
That there was an act with a minor happening and they needed more info on it.
So
And they asked me for my side, and prior to that they asked me if I was intoxicated, if I was under the influence, if I was this or that, and I told them no. I told them no, I was not, because I knew if I told them yes and they knew something, because to this day I still don't know what the fuck happened, and do I care to know? No. I just know he was getting up with his pants, pulling his pants up. That's all. I don't care to know the details of it.
So did you speak to this kid after this crime happened?
No.
You never spoke to him again?
No.
Was there a restraining order?
No.
Were you told not to contact this minor anymore?
Nope.
So the family had no issues with this at all? Mom had no issues?
Just a cousin did. She had an issue.
How old was this
Something
cousin?
happened to me. She was 7 years older than me. Or she is 7 years older than me.
And this was, are you telling that this wasn't a situation where, like, maybe everybody was covering up this it, like, in the sense of, like, y'all are all friends. Maybe, you know, some people don't find it a big deal if a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old are together. Like, it wasn't, are you saying it wasn't a situation like that where you and
No.
mom are friends? She just covered it up because you're a friend. That's her son. Doesn't want anybody to get in trouble.
No, so I was actually on and off with this one of his cousins at the time.
You were dating one of the cousins. How did they feel about what happened?
I don't know, because we actually broke up prior to that. Not broke up, he ended up seeing somebody else, so I didn't want to get tied in with that.
And they're related to your ex-husband? Is that what you said?
No,
Or they were
they're
friends with your
related
ex-husband?
no, they're related to my son's father.
Okay, son's father. So,
But my son's
how much?
father's in-laws. Type of
Okay.
in-laws, his sister's in-laws, I don't know.
I mean, do you feel like this delegitimizes your content?
Nope. No, not at
So,
all. I'm not going to be silenced over this. I am going to continue what I am doing and actually go much harder at this point. No, my content will be fine.
so, and just taking a break from this harsh topic real quick, back to the foster care thing. When did, so you don't feel any sympathy for Bree, even though you've been through a situation where it was difficult. You had your child taken from
No.
you.
No,
Maybe you're dealing with some mental
that was
stuff.
not, like, yeah, I had the choice to not crash out and pull up to somebody's house. I did have that choice. I'm not saying that I didn't, but I didn't have a choice in my son being injured in that whole situation. She has a choice in everything she is doing. No, we do not fucking compare. Even with my son, all of that, we do not compare.
In that time, though, you know, do you feel like people looked at you? Maybe they didn't know the full story and they looked at you like you were a snoozer or couldn't take care of your kid and like in that nature.
No, the only hate I got was from my brother's ex-wife, but wife at the time.
Do you feel like though, had your stuff been smeared across, like say that this was happening back
No, I
then?
shared everything. I've shared everything on my Facebook.
Okay,
It's all
so
been
the internet
shared.
has seen it before.
The internet has seen it, yes. Like, it's not something that's been hidden from my life. I'm very open about my life.
So they're wondering, I guess that was because to me, like, this conduct with a minor is different from the fostering situation, which is explained in the same sense of like, okay, yes, it's two very different circumstances between like what happened with your child and what's happened with Bree and the other, and baby W. But I guess it's like in people's eyes, they're like, well, you had your kid taken away too. Why don't you have any sort of sympathy for Bree? And like, you are very hardcore when it comes to Bree. I do know that because I think sometimes our opinions differ. We're adults, though. We can agree to differ on things like you think that not even Bree, like with Valet, that she shouldn't be able to get her kids back. You're very harsh on that, but you were able to get your kid back. And I know it's a different situation, but don't you feel that people should have the right to work on themselves and change?
No, if you choose to abandon your children, why should you get a second chance? And basically, that's what Bree has done in a sense. That's what Vel did do. No, I didn't choose for my child to be taken from me. That was not a choice I had. What they do have is a choice.
Do you feel like after this situation, you'll be more willing to give them a little bit of grace and understanding from You know,
Fuck
like how
no.
harshly?
No. No.
Okay.
No.
So what about, okay,
I
so back to the
stand
other,
on the same plate that I have since I started. Stand on the
okay.
same plate. I will continue my content. They're not silencing me. They're not shutting me up thinking, "Oh, this happened to you almost 15 years ago, but what's currently happening to me, you can't speak." I'll fucking speak on it. I'll continue to speak on it. And now,
So,
actually, Ruby Santos and Bree will be all my focus. Like, I'm throwing out
yeah, I
Gabby
mean,
Jacobs and throwing out all of them.
none of this excuses anything that Bree Santos, Ruby, any of them do. None of this does. Two wrongs don't make a right. It's still not excusable that they posted your minor children. That, like, no matter what, it's still not excusable in my opinion. Now, okay, so back to the Ludak thing. How long had you said you were with the cousin, like the boy's cousin, like you had dated him or whatever? How long had you said y'all broke up when this had happened? Y'all were in like an
No,
off
we
time?
never dated. It was just a fling, like an on and off fling for a couple of months.
So were y'all off at like this fling? Were y'all like actually flinging when this happened, or were y'all like in an off period? I guess that's what I'm asking. Like,
And then off period.
okay. Did he know that this happened?
Yeah, he knows. He knew. Yeah.
Maud was asking me if they can mod. Yes, y'all may mods. So okay, so this came out like what, a week ago? All of this information where they started teasing the threat.
Yeah.
When they started teasing this threat, did you know that it was about you?
No, because they said, oh, somebody has a felony for losing their kid and their kid's in foster care.
And that was all you heard? Because the one I heard was that it was for they said indecency with a child was what they said.
Oh, no.
At least that was, so you didn't hear that one. Because basically the word on the street was from somebody named Avery, shout out Avery, that it was me, that I was the one that had done these things. So when you didn't assume when they were saying all of this, because it went through three of us, it was me, it was you, or it was Lainey. And when did you realize that this was about you?
Last night?
Oh, really? So you didn't realize that this was about you till last night?
I want to say it was last night or yesterday or the day before, is one of the 2 nights ago.
Okay. And
I don't remember.
I mean,
it was because Santos commented on one of my videos and was like, let's ask your son.
How did that feel?
You know, I felt like making a video talking about it, but I did, but I drafted it. It's fun.
Yeah, I think it's better to just address it as is instead of, I mean, I feel like you can at least control the comments in this to where you don't have to look at it. It's difficult. It sucks. They're definitely doing this to hurt you, but you do have to answer to it because that is it's a pretty bad crime, the lewd act. So, like I said, it doesn't negate the things that they have done. Bree was with a 17-year-old. Rudy, when she met her husband, was, and I'm not saying this to negate what you were charged with or what was dropped to a misdemeanor. What I'm saying is pot, kettle, black, whatever, stones at glass houses. is what I'm saying here. You cannot, like, they're throwing stones at you. To be fair, you were throwing stones at them. Everybody's got glass houses.
Throwing stones.
And you can throw your stones.
Well, I'm going to be throwing them.
The internet, everybody, now it's all out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm saying is they're not the ones that had the ability, that, like, they're no one to talk about this, is basically what I'm saying. But they also didn't tell the truth. I do want to address one thing they said about, because they tried to make it look like everything you've ever done was towards minors. That's not true. Wait.
I want to address something real quick. So they're trying to say that I aided and abetted a child. Mm-hmm. That was fucking me. I was the child being held fucking hostage. All right, that was 2000.
That out last night. I did say that because I was like, 2008. She was a minor.
I was a child. It was by actually. So I had no idea the guy's name. The last name was what it is. Foster, whatever is on the thing. Mm-hmm. I know him as Nathan Saw Me. That's what he's an MMA fighter. All right, so you guys can go look him up. I don't give a shit. No, it's him who held me hostage in his basement until my dad found me. I was the one being held. You guys, it was not me holding a child as a child. Because then that would have been my parents being charged or whoever I live with being charged, not me.
They said, did you get, which case? Which case are y'all talking about, Tammy? No one knows the truth of Santos' child and goes after him ruthlessly. That is true. They don't. So was this case sealed? I mean, I think it's weird that they were able to find that one of you being a minor. That is weird. But we're talking about a lot of cases. Are y'all talking about this one right now? Because it wasn't sealed because they found it. We found it. You could just look it up on the Idaho page. I mean, and just for the future, I mean, so did you not realize that if it said felony, like that would be on there, that the felony thing would be on there, that it was dropped to a misdemeanor?
Who, me?
Yeah. Did you not realize that they would be able to see the felony thing, the felony part of it?
From a law enforcement standpoint, the aiding and abetting case wasn't sealed because it wasn't against you. It's only sealed when you're a minor. Since it was against an adult, it wasn't sealed. That's why it was readily available for public record.
Okay, that makes sense. That's what I was trying to figure out, why they were even able to find that, because you were under 18. But you would think they would at least have blocked your name out.
Yeah.
It's weird. The docket is unavailable. Why did he come from Washington to stay with her? Wait, who's from Washington? I don't know what they're saying. Maybe I'm confused. Someone said, why are you still talking to minors? But I don't know what minors you're talking to. Are you talking to any minors?
I'm not talking to no fucking minors. No.
I didn't.
What the fuck? And I think they're talking about Alan because people are saying Alan's a minor.
Yeah, Alan's not a minor. Alan's 18 years old. He's an adult. And also getting a big boy job. We should be proud of him. She said his cousin stayed with her for a month and he was 15. What cousin? Did someone who was 15 stay with you?
No, the cousin. Yeah, the cousin of the kid just recently came to my home and stayed here for about a month. And he is 15. He's the same age, close to the same age as my son. They're cousins. Him and my son are cousins. He came and stayed for a month.
They're saying why?
To visit his cousin. My son is his cousin.
I'm just reading what they said.
No, I'm just answering what they say.
Thank you, Kaylie. I was curious. Okay, well, that answered their question, I guess. They said, did you get that specific docket sealed? The one on the lewd act is what they're asking.
No, I don't know how to do that. I've never messed with any of my charges or documents, anything like that.
Okay. Well, does anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, I would assume if it was sealed, you wouldn't be able to find it. if there's any other parts we didn't go over. Did the family drop charges? Yeah, because that is the thing. How did it get dropped to a misdemeanor?
The family, no, the mom reached out asking for money for the whole case to be dropped, and I said no. I don't know how it got dropped.
Like she was going to drop it against you if you paid her?
If I paid her, yes.
That adds an
And I
extra
said no,
weird.
because that would put her son as a perpetrator. And I couldn't, he was a child. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it sounds like exploitation. Yeah, why? Are you still friends with this woman, the mom?
No, this is the very last time that I've spoken to her.
So people are saying you have court next month. Do you have court next month?
I do, for custody for my stepdaughters. How would they know that?
I guess I know.
Oh, public
Well, I
records,
don't
I
think
do.
that that's appropriate. If that's what it is, then that's none of y'all's damn business, because
No,
she
it
doesn't
is
put that
for
on the
my
internet, and that's
stepdaughters.
you're not gonna y'all are gonna bring more minors into the situation and abuse that. That's not okay, and I will not continue to ask about her children in this situation. That's not okay. That's not like when y'all don't know what these kids are going through, and they're not on here. I'm not okay with that. That's weird. She was charged with DV. Were you ever charged with DV?
No, it's just that malicious. I'm assuming it was malicious because I broke the door down. No, I've never had a DV, been charged with DV.
Yeah, they were bringing, I guess Bree and Rudy were the ones that had said you had court next month. Yeah, that's not okay. Y'all put your kids on the internet. Other people don't. Quit putting other people's kids on the internet when they don't want them on the internet. And also, those are not her, like, even though they're your children, they're your girls, and I do understand that.
It's not, you guys don't need to come for them.
Yeah, that's not acceptable to do. You don't know what those kids have been through, and that's not okay. That is when you will make me upset. And we know what happens when I get upset. Don't do it. Leave minor kids that have no business in your internet drama out of it. Period. Okay.
All right, I've been holding in a pee this whole time.
I was thinking the same thing. Listen,
It's hurting my bum.
I do care about you as a person, and this is difficult, and I definitely, this is, like I said, some of the things I just have to think about a lot. I appreciate you coming on and talking, and it's a lot. I'm sure you'll be talking about this probably for the next few days, I'm sure, or however you want to address it. But if you have anything else you want to say, you can say, and then you can go pee.
All right, I'm gonna say, and then I'm exit so I don't get banned. Fuck you, Ruby. Goodbye. Oh, maybe it won't let me exit. It won't let me exit. No.
Oh no.
Okay. Goodbye. Exit. It won't let me exit. No.